Hello everyone, welcome to Target Focus Life. Pull. My name's Steve, and today I have the Cynergy Classic Trap Unsingle Combo. I think I got that right. It's a trap shooting gun. It looks really awesome. We're taking a deep dive, full review today, so if that's what you're looking for, you've come to the right spot. Let's go. Almost got that name right in the intro. It is the Cynergy Classic Trap Unsingle Combo with adjustable comb. So yeah, a lot going on in the name. I'm not gonna repeat that. I'll just call it the Cynergy Trap. This gun is awesome. I'm so excited to shoot it. This gun is really made for trap shooters who wanna both be able to compete in singles and in doubles. This combo set has the single barrel high post rib, which I have here, but it also has this barrel that comes with it. So we're gonna dive right into the specs of this shotgun. Starting out with the MSRP. You're starting to get up there. $4,729.99. In the grand scheme of all the different trap shooting guns, you can spend a lot more money than that. This shotgun obviously is a 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch chamber. It is 8 pounds, 15 ounces. So it's pushing 9 pounds, which in a trap gun is really okay, depending on how it's balanced. And we'll look at that in just a minute. Length of pull, distance from the trigger to the butt end, the center is 14 3/8, but that can be adjusted slightly because you can actually adjust the trigger shoe, forward or rearward. There's a little bit of movement there, which is really, really nice when it comes to making sure that your hand is the right place on the grip and that your finger falls, that first pad falls right on that trigger. I already have this adjusted for me. It feels great. So length of pull can be changed a little bit by changing the trigger. I don't think you can really change length of pull with different pads, and we'll jump into that a little bit here in Ergonomics. Drop is also adjustable. Out of the box, this comes at 1/16 drop at comb and 2 inches at the heel or the end of the Monte Carlo. But of course, this is an adjustable comb, so you can really tailor this to how you want as far as height and left and right, changing that cast a little bit. Now the way you do change that is with an Allen wrench right in this hole there. Loosen that up, then you can pop off the comb and move the post around and put it back on, tighten it up. I don't know that I love how that works. Some of the other ones, there's usually Allen screws right in the comb. You can loosen it and then change the post, but either way, not a big deal. Other specs I wanna look at is of course the trigger pull. Yes, it is a mechanical trigger, feels very, very nice. I have the canted trigger shoe on there. We'll talk about that a little bit more in Ergonomics, how you can change out the trigger shoes. But let's put a scale on this. I'm gonna guess it's a very crisp, nice feeling trigger. So Jordan says 4.5, I say 5.2-ish. 4.12. Let's enter that. Let's pull that second trigger. Ooh, 4.3. We'll get the average here. Ooh, 4.7, and one more, 4.32. Enter, 4 pounds, 6.3 ounces. Anyways, that's a nice feeling trigger. As far as the length of this shotgun, it only has one option. The double barrel is 32, single barrel is 34 inches. That is the only option in the Cynergy, and the only option is to get both barrels. You get this laminated wood. I don't think there's a walnut option, which I kind of wish there was, although I do think this looks kind of cool. This shotgun comes with 3 chokes. They're Invector Plus Midas chokes, looks like. They are modified, improved mod, and full, which should really cover your bases out at the trap range. That's all we're gonna look at as far as specs, but let's jump into ergonomics because we do have a lot to talk about there. This gun has a lot going on, so we're gonna dive into that. First thing I always like to do is just grab a gun. How does it feel in the hands? And I gotta say, this gun feels awesome. It's got a nice palm swell. The grip radius is perfect for me. With the adjustable trigger shoes, I can get it so I can bring my hand up. It falls right on that trigger. I'm not up, I'm not down, my wrist is not cranked. I'm in a pretty neutral position. I went ahead and I switched out the trigger shoes. It does come with one trigger shoe on there, but 2 additionals. I have the canted one, which I really like. There's a flat-faced one, like this. And then there is a more traditional trigger, like this one. So it's really cool that you can slide those to a position where your finger is gonna reach it perfectly, whatever fits you most comfortably. Adjustable comb on this shotgun. I wish there was adjustable length of pull. And I think one of the downsides might be that I don't know that you can change the butt pad on this. Like I would put a Falcon Strike on it, but because this adjustment screw here is for the comb, I don't know that I could put a Falcon Strike on it. And I don't love this recoil pad. It's just kind of, it's that honeycomb, hard rubber, nothing fancy about it. That's probably the low light of this shotgun. You obviously have the traditional Browning barrel selector and safety. When you got the single barrel, you are shooting the underbarrel. There is a cap on the top, which is not a barrel. So you would hate to put a shotgun shell in there. That would be catastrophic. So there is a cap, and then it's indented or has like a little cutout there. So if you fire that second trigger, the firing pin isn't gonna smash into that. The rib is adjustable, so you can really dial in your point of impact. I haven't messed with it. It's a ported barrel. I really like that. Should help with muzzle jump, maybe lessen the recoil a little bit. The forearm, as far as grip, is pretty basic. It's got some indents on the top. This is how I like to shoot. I like to get my finger close to the barrel that I'm shooting because I can point really naturally. It's a very comfortable gun to shoot. The true test is gonna be when we get out and shoot a full round of trap with this gun, see how it performs. But yeah, overall ergonomics, really like this gun. One thing to point out when it comes to the beads, it does have an ivory mid bead and it has a replaceable front bead. So it comes with the green fiber optic in there, a high-vis fiber optic. You know me, I'm getting rid of that. Luckily, they do have a replaceable like ivory type insert that can go in there. So I slid that in. I don't ever want anything that's grabbing the attention of my eyes. I like to check the beads when I mount up, make sure I'm perfectly where I'm supposed to be. But then I take my eyes and I move them out beyond the trap house. And when I call pull, I don't want anything pulling my eyes back to this gun. I want to be fixated, focused on that clay. Let's move on to recoil and reliability. Not a lot to talk about as far as reliability. We're going to be looking more at recoil with this shotgun, so let's get loaded up. Let's give it a try here. We'll go after a target. Pull. You know, when I do this, I miss a lot because I'm really thinking about recoil and I'm thinking less about hitting the target. Just to explain myself for that terrible miss. Pull. I am shooting Federal 12 gauge, obviously. 1 1/8, 1,200 feet per second. There's a little more recoil than what I would anticipate for a gun that's nearly 9 pounds. It could be that I shot a lot of guns yesterday. My shoulder is actually sore. I've shot the Cynergy CX in a review, and I thought it handled recoil really well. This gun's even heavier, I believe. Part of that I'm just gonna chalk up to yesterday I shot a lot of guns. I shot some not ideal guns for me, and I took a lot of abuse in the shoulder. So I think this handles recoil really well. As far as reliability, the only thing we're gonna talk about is the ejectors holding up and just the gun holding up overall. I can't speak to that. I really have no concerns. But if you have this shotgun, the Cynergy Trap, or really any of the Cynergy actions, let us know what your experience has been. How many rounds do you have through your gun? Have you had any issues? Put it down in the comments because when you share, we all learn and we all get better. Taking a quick look at quality of build, not a whole lot to mention here. We know this is a solid action, been around for quite a while. Let's go ahead and break it apart. All right, let's pop these barrels off. Here's a look at the barrel construction. It's an interesting design. Take a look inside that receiver. It's got a large hinge area, a lot of surface area to hinge on. I would think that would lead to a lot of longevity. Locking lugs, very solid constructed gun. No issues there. What do you guys think of the wood? Like, this might be a preference thing. I think it's kind of cool. Kind of wish there was a walnut option, to be honest. It's nothing fancy as far as the receiver goes, just this plain receiver. I wish it had a little bit more pizzazz, bedazzle, something that catches the eye a little bit more. Let's throw on this double barrel. The way this goes together is a little bit different. Okay, so one thing I'm gonna look at, it feels notably heavier on the front side. I would say about right there. A lot of shotguns, it's about right here, but it's okay if it's forward a little bit. It gets our weight out front, nice smooth swing generally. This also has ported barrels, top and bottom, vented in between the barrels, high post rib. The single's adjustable, the double is not adjustable rib. You can remove this bright green fiber here, throw on another white one if we wish. Let's go back to the single and see where the balance point is on that one. As you would imagine, notably lighter. So this point of balance is a little bit further back. You can see it's right over the hinge. Not a big deal. You'd kind of imagine that with a single barrel. You remove a whole barrel. I'm excited to shoot a full round of trap. I'm gonna go out, shoot a full round. I'll come back, give you my full feedback, let you know how I did, how this gun performed, and we'll wrap this thing up. Pull. Pull. Oh, 4 out of 5. There we go, 5 out of 5 on that one. Pull. Pull. 1 miss so far. I'm bound and determined to keep it that way. Yee-haw! Pull. First time shooting a round of trap with this gun, 24 out of 25, I'll take it. But I'm really curious on what it's like with the double barrels. Let's do some shooting with that, and then I'll give my final feedback and thoughts. Got the double barrels on. Time to step it back. We'll come back to the 27, shoot a little handicap. See how this shoots. Pull. I like that. Really smooth swing. Feels really great. That green fiber has to go. Pull. I like the weight of the double barrels. It just really creates a much smoother swing for me. So as I get more into trap and want a dedicated trap gun, is this one that I would consider? Yes, absolutely. My 2 drawbacks. 2 things that I'm just not in love with. Recoil pad and the fact that I don't think you can change it because there's a screw in here that goes to adjust the comb. Number 2, that it's only available in this laminated wood. If I'm gonna be spending around $5,000, I want walnut, I want a nice looking wood. Now I know that's not what you're paying for in this gun. You're not paying for fancy wood, and if you were, it'd be even more money. A lot of functionality, a lot of things to love about this shotgun. I don't even know where to start. I love the ported barrels. I love the balance. I love the weight. I love the ergonomics. I love the adjustability. I love the trigger shoes. So much to like about this gun. I would absolutely consider it as my dedicated trap gun, especially if they had a walnut option. Solid gun. If you have it, comment below. Let us know your experience. Remember, whether you're in the field or in life, you're only gonna hit those shots you're laser focused on. So live, target focus. See ya.